I know that Sri Ramakrishna used to worship Mahakali, and we all worship our God. So, where are gods placed in this scenario, and how are we worshipping ourselves then? And who created Brahman?
Yes. Notice, nobody created Brahman. Just as it's self-luminous, it's not illumined by anything else, it's not produced by anything else. So Brahman is that which is not created by anything, and it does not create anything. In fact, very interestingly, in the Quran, this very line is there, not Brahman. It says, Allah is that which was not born of anything and nothing is born of Allah. And it seems the Prophet Muhammad said, and I heard it from a person who knows Islam quite well, he said that one line is 1/3 of the Quran. Now, which you interpret it in an Advaitic way, makes perfect sense. So Brahman is not created by anything. And nothing is actually created by Brahman. That makes it Advaita, non-duality. Because it only appears as if this world has been created. We just said, all our experiences, the very stuff, like this table is made of wood, through and through wood. Similarly, everything is Brahman only, through and through Brahman. Nothing extra was created there. Anyway, now your question is, when we worship in temple and church and mosque and so on and so forth, the theistic religions, what would Advaita say? See, the dualistic religions have no problem with that because you are worshipping God. You are not God. Your word God is separate. You are worshipping God. Perfectly all right. But what does Advaita say about it? Advaita says, see, once you have realized the truth, this one, then you are back in this world again. This world appears to you. You are in this body. And part of this world is you have temple and church and Gurudwara and mosques and God is worshipped. Why would you not worship God? You are walking and talking and eating and holding a job and doing all sorts of stuff in the world. So worship of God is also permitted. What's wrong in it? What is God to you? What you do there is, as Vivekananda said, having reached the absolute, retain for yourself the power of limiting yourself as it were for the time being and being as good a dualist as anybody else. But always retain the power to come back to the absolute at a moment's notice. So the non-dualist can happily worship God as much as any dualist. Remember, I'm using the words non-dualist and dualist in the Indian philosophical sense. Dualist means two or more realities. Non-dualist means only one reality appearing as many. So, your answer to your question, Hanuman gives the perfect answer. Ramachandra asks Hanuman, what do you think of me? And Hanuman says, as a body, as this Hanuman, I am your servant and you are the Lord. You are the master, I am your servant. You are Ramachandra, I am Hanuman. You are the master, I am your servant. As a Jivatman, sentient being, consciousness with a mind, which earlier I was there, now I am Hanuman, next life maybe something else, like all of us. You are the whole and I am your part. And as consciousness, he says, you and I are one reality. Which one is correct? Hanuman says, all three are correct. After realizing I am Brahman, Hanuman doesn't say, so I won't do stuff for you. If Rama says, go and look for Sita, why don't you do it yourself? I won't do it. I am you. You and me. We are your pure consciousness. So is Sita. What's there to find? No. He will do it because everything goes on in the world. As he says to Ramachandra, Loke vihara raghava. Go ahead and do whatever you have to do in this world. Now you can do it very happily. See, nowadays we have virtual realities. People have meetings in virtual reality, they work in virtual reality. Just the fact that this is virtual doesn't affect their performance. They can do stuff in the virtual world as if it were the real world. Similarly, knowing everything to be one consciousness. Now I am Reshmi. Here that one consciousness is appearing as the Lord. Reshmi can worship the Lord. You can worship God. The three attitudes. I am the servant, you are the master. That is dualism, Dvaita. I am a part and you are the whole. That is Vishishta Dvaita. You and I are one. Is Advaita. And all three, Hanuman says there, it's perfect. It's perfect. When you reach Advaita, then look back. Sure, you can do all of it. And that's the fun. Sri Ramakrishna says this. You are